can't help myself because you said everything so nonchalant, like, just like such a you just laid it on us so gently that like, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal. Like I really just helped save someone's life.
Hey, hey,
Ooh.
hey.
You little thieving ass.
Listen, after how many takes we've had already, who knows what's happening anymore?
Nobody. Nobody. It's always something.
It
Well,
is.
anywho, welcome back to another episode of a Mindset Talks podcast.
Woohoo, your favorite on any platform, anywhere,
Every platform,
ever.
everywhere, every day.
Well, every day
Anyway,
having a
so
lot of
y'all, I always have technical difficulties of some sort. So we're just gonna jump into the episode today because listen, I'm like speechless because when we started this, Cassie was sassy as shit, and she had a whole little tude. Like last week's episode, she had a whole little tude, and we were doing well. And then all of a sudden, me and my Wi-Fi, right? Yep, here comes the Wi-Fi issues, and then I'm the one who picked up the nasty, sassy attitude. And Cassie's fine. Listen, you hear her laughing, right? Like, I wish, you know what, you still might have the from our first attempt, so we might have to just do a versus and post a before and after. Before Amanda's Wi-Fi issues and after Amanda's Wi-Fi issues. Cassie is always happy after my Wi-Fi issues. She's always laughing and
Oh
like she's all
man.
bubbly, like everything before my Wi-Fi issues didn't even exist.
Well, I don't know what that is, but listen, we're a yin and a yang here, and you both can't be sassy because God only knows what kind of product we would produce for the listeners. So
True.
one of us has to kind of like pull it together. And I'm also extra bubbly because I just told you a really fun news story before this started, and I still have it in my head. So I'm just like, it's
Yeah.
not all about your Wi Fi, I promise. That's not what makes it me.
Okay. Thank you. I feel so much a
You should.
ton.
You should.
Anyways, people don't want to hear about my drama with my Wi-Fi, but um, I did have this thought today. So I was cooking dinner, before we decided to record, and I'm just trying to on a different note because we've been doing takeout more than we like to. I'm not going to say we do takeout all the time, but we've been doing takeout more than we'd like to. And I've been back into exercising and working out more consistently, feeling more like
Yeah,
myself,
girl.
right? So I'm like trying to get back into like cooking dinner shit like before, like the old me. I know, they say you become a parent, you have to change who you are, blah, 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 this and that. But there are certain things I'd like to keep about myself, and that is my physique and my diet.
Yeah. They're good things to
So,
have.
right, it's not anything terrible. So, I was cooking dinner and I decided that I was going to make dessert, not like make dessert, but quote unquote make dessert. So I took some cookies out the fridge and put them shits in the oven. I was thinking to myself, and I was going to text you and ask, but I just said, you know what? I'm going to wait until the podcast because you know me, I'm always here for a random bit. So
Mm.
growing up, I always remember like when my mom and I would go grocery shopping and we get cookie dough, we would put it in the freezer
Mhm.
and then we would go and cook it later. But the thing that got me today was we would always put that shit in the freezer just to cook it the same day. Why didn't we just leave it in the fridge?
Well, that I don't know.
But my thing is, does everyone just bring cookie dough home from the grocery store and put it in the fridge right away? Or do people just put it in the refrigerator? Because when you buy it from the grocery store, it's only refrigerated.
Um, I'm probably not the best one to ask that question because I don't even know what kind of cookie dough you're talking about. Are you talking about like those like Pillsbury like pre-cut cookies?
Just cookie dough in general. All cookie dough is just refrigerated in the grocery store.
Oh, I don't know. Like I get like the packs of cookie dough that like is like powdery mix,
Mm.
and then you add like the egg and water and stuff too.
Oh, you get it like how it's like cake mix in a box, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, I we would always buy like the refrigerated cookie dough and we would just put it in the freezer. And my mom's been gone for 4 years. I don't know the last time I ate cookies with her before she passed. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking like, why did we always put that shit in the freezer knowing we were just about to cook it the same fucking day because we really couldn't go like a couple days without cooking the cookies.
I don't know,
So
that
I just
seems
had
like a special moment between you and your mom.
so I just figured, let me just mention this. Was it just us or but apparently you're of no help. So
Yeah,
I
I'm still gonna go with yes on that one, especially if you buy it at the grocery store and it's in a fridge and not a freezer. So I'm just gonna leave that one there, but we can open it up to our listeners and
I'll
we
have to
can
do a
see.
braid.
Oh, there you go. That's a great idea. You can do that
Yes.
too, and we'll open it to our listeners and have them partake because just might be you and your mom.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It was random, but But anywho, I did feel good today and cook some dinner today. So I've just wanted to share I'm feeling back into a positive side of myself. And not that I've been like depressed or negative or down, but I've been a little stressed out lately. So I think now that I've been working out more and just kind of trying to look at the bigger picture, I've been feeling up and up. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. No, that's really good. And you know, they always say, and it's like cliche that like working out, whatever, like really gets those like endorphins and stuff pumping, and it really does do a lot for your
Mm,
mental. When
yeah.
they say like get up and move, like it really does a lot. So
Hmm.
I
No,
think it's awesome
it
that you're.
it does. So I'm just trying to keep up with it and just work out through this winter because it is a little depressing. It's
It
a little
is, but
gray.
thankfully, knock on wood, it hasn't been that bad of a winter, so I'm
Very
all here
true.
for it.
Thank you, global warming. Not, but
I
thank
know, it's
you.
like bittersweet, yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But one more thing before we really jump into what we wanted to focus on in this episode. Um, how have you been with your 2023 word of the year?
Oh, god. I was thinking about this the other day when I was, like, rewatching some of our episodes because you have been so on point with this fearless shit, and we're not even through the first month of 2023, and I feel like that was definitely me last year with my
Yeah.
word. And this year, I don't really know how, like, successful I've been with being intentional. I mean, I
Mhm.
do think that I'm trying to, like, keep it in the forefront of my mind. You guys might have noticed that I've been trying to do a lot more, like, posting and stuff on our socials, which
Yeah.
to me, that is trying to use my time intentionally and providing more content for y'all. And I've also been trying to be more focused, like, at work. I'm still kind of, like, struggling with that a
Mm.
little bit. But, I mean, I'm thinking about it and I'm trying, but I don't think that I've been, like, overly, like, successful, how you're just, like, banging out all these, like, fearless things lately.
Well, I can say from my perspective, and it could be the wrong perspective, but you don't text back as fast when you're at work lately, so you must be more focused.
I'm trying, let me tell you. I mean, it's also been a little crazy, unfortunately, but, I am also trying to be more focused, so
Yeah, and I think your intentions are in the works because I'm like, damn, this bitch ain't text me back yet. Like, come on, she always texts me back by now. Like, what the hell? Do I have to send her like a video of the baby for her to be like, what's that? Let me look at my phone.
you know what? You probably would.
Happening. That's why I'm not doing it because I'm
Oh, no,
I
that's
would
not
feel
nice.
I would feel a little shaded, like, ah, this bitch. She would look at the video right away when it's the baby, and I'm gonna be here waiting for this text for like 2 hours. I'm like, geez, Cassie, you should
Listen.
text me back within a half an hour.
Don't feel shaded, okay? I do see your messages. I just don't necessarily respond right away because I know that it can wait. But if you send me like a baby picture, there's no way that I just can't respond. That needs like immediate attention.
I take that back. You are not intentionally focused at work. You know what? You just proved me wrong.
No, I
Mm,
didn't. Just
mm,
because I
mm,
see it
mm.
doesn't mean anything. Of course, I see it.
Yeah, whatever. But
Got a
anywho,
plan.
like whatever. Get off of this topic because I'm feeling all sad. I've been replaced.
You have
I've
not
been
been replaced.
replaced.
Oh, stop it. I talk to you way more than I talk to her. I don't even know the last time I saw her.
But you have to talk to me to talk to her anyways.
Yeah, but we have a lot of like one-on-one time and we have some good video chats and that hasn't been a thing lately, so you should feel a little special.
All right, cool. I will. I will. That's fine.
Oh man.
Anywho, enough of our little banter. I did just want to check in with you and see how you're doing because when this episode releases, we will be on our last day of January. So
Oh, how crazy is that?
I know the year just started. We just said our words. Like, wait, how are we through the first month, right? But
Yeah.
we must remember though, we have periods of time. So um I'm also speaking on our word because I'm feeling like I'm going through a point of needing to utilize my fearlessness soon, so I'm just trying to keep it keep it in the forefront.
Oh God. Well, I think that is the first step to actually completing your, you know, um, resolution of the word for the year is at
Hmm.
least always be thinking about it, so that way you can, bring it into fruition. But
Yes, yes.
dare I ask what events are coming up that you need to embrace fearlessness?
I think it's just really, I feel like I'm like all over the place, not really, but when it comes to my job, so
Oh,
to take another role of leadership,
mm,
I've been if I'm interested. So it's a matter of taking in another role of leadership or changing to something different. And um it gives me time back. So like a different job with maybe less hours. So
gotcha. Well, I obviously don't know all the details, but my initial thought is to just go with the leadership thing because to me that always provides more time. But we can have that as a side conversation. But
you're
yeah.
right. Right.
But that's all. That's
So
really exciting though. Cool.
yeah, I mean it's something I'm good at. I'm not saying that to be big headed. I'm just good with people. So I know I'm good at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how things go and what I decide.
Hmm. Yes,
Mm,
I'll be waiting to hear all about that.
of course. But anywho, let's
Ah,
let's let's stop talking about me and talk about you. What do you
let's
have
not.
going on?
Why do you
Yes.
think that I keep like, trying to keep
Girl, I'm on to you. This
going?
is why I switched it back up because you know me, I can read between the lines, especially with you. I've known you for way too long to not finally be able to pick up on some of your little
Whatever.
mind tricks that you be trying to pull over there.
Well, the people won't know how long we've known each other because you don't want me to post some really, 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 really old photos of us.
Cassie out here trying to embarrass me, y'all. Like, I know in this episode, like I look rough. I'm always gonna say that, right? If your hair's not rough. But and everyone's not gonna say that, but I say that's what I say for myself. But this chick is over here trying to like bring back pictures before the glow up. Like no one really cares what you look like before
What?
the glow up. Like I'm just trying to be
Exactly.
great. I'm trying to be Rapunzel over here. Like my locks are long and lengthy and beautiful and I'm just so happy with the progress I made. I don't really care to look back at where I came from when freaking missing a tooth or something in first grade and all. You trying to get me out here embarrassed.
You are sitting here
Mm-mm.
talking about all these looks and whatever, but nobody, like you said, gives a shit about that. It is about our friendship and where it all started. That
We
is
could
what the
just tell
people
them
want
they
to
don't have
know.
to see it.
Listen, they can think that we're making all of this up. We could have just met 6 years ago for all some of them know, although a lot of our listeners are very loyal from, from
You
like
got
back in the
yourself caught
day.
up.
But that doesn't mean that for everybody else, they have no idea. So just saying.
And you know what? It's about quality, not quantity.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
But Cassie, let's get into what we want to talk about this episode because once again you try to drag me off track. You guys see this? This chick be doing this all the time. Yes, I said she be doing this because she be doing it. Come
I
on,
do.
girl.
And it's very successful, I must say.
Yeah, like you get me at first, but then I'll play along with you, and then afterwards it's like, all right, come on, come on, focus. Be
Well, guys,
intentional.
that is all we have for today's episode.
You're a lie. Don't listen to her.
All right, y'all. No, let me stop fucking around. Amanda's acting like this because um
What acting? This is real. Go ahead.
whatever. Anyways, look who's no longer somber about her internet and got quite chipper now, didn't she? Um,
Two peas in a pod, aren't we?
yeah, yeah, unfortunately. Well, that is actually a good segue because
No. Wait, hold on. What?
no, it's
Okay, just making sure.
not another diversion.
Just making sure
No,
we're staying on topic. Go ahead.
people used to always call, well, and my dad would say this all the time, is that me and him were two peas in a pod because
Ooh, Lord, yes.
I feel like I've said this before on the podcast too, but we're literally like the same person. And he would always say that, and then he would be like, "Well, except for one thing," and I'm sure
Right.
y'all can like
Cassie and her father.
can
What's
just
that
like
one thing?
assume like what that would be. um but yeah, so the reason why I bring him up and talk about him is because it is actually going to be his birthday. 2 days after this episode drops on the good old February 2nd, aka
Woo!
Groundhog's Day. Um, and so I just kind of wanted to talk to you about it with you guys because, it's not just going through these situations and going through, death anniversaries and things, but you also have
Mm-hmm.
to deal with things like birthdays and, other things like for my mom, like their, anniversary, like wedding
Right.
anniversary, things like that. And all those like milestones and dates, you don't just kind of like forget about that stuff once the person leaves. They're still very much stuck, in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Um, and so for me on my dad's birthday, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, is I normally always take the day off of work just because I don't know, I just don't want to be there. Same thing with his death anniversary is that I always take that
Right.
off too. Um, but
Same.
the birthdays I've been a little more kind of like on the fence about, I guess, because last year I didn't get to take it off just because work was like insane, and so we couldn't take any time off.
I remember
Um,
that.
but it actually ended up working in not my favor, but in somebody else's favor because not to like toot my own horn, but I did end up saving somebody's life at work. Which isn't something that's not what I do for a living. It was just a very off off chance situation to where I was speaking to a lady and she had went into how do I say, kind of just she went into like an emergency state where I had to get her emergency attention. Um,
Mm.
and it appears that I almost like saved her life because if I didn't get somebody there to check on her in the time frame that I did, then who knows what would have happened.
Mm.
And to me, if I did end up taking that day off of work, like I had every intention to, if I was able to, that never would have happened. And who knows, what what would have happened to her or whatever. So this year,
Wait,
I'm
can I pause you for just a second?
yeah.
I'm just gonna let you know because you be forgetting what you say, but
Oh
I'll
God.
remind you if you forget. But I just want everyone to realize that Cassie just so subtly said that she is a hero. Okay, go ahead.
Oh God.
That's my friend.
Anyways, well, I
So
did get
this
a
year,
humanitarian award at work, but
mm, only for heroes.
shut up.
This
Um, well, and I did do a TV interview because of it too,
bitch keeps
but
going. She's trying to. She said, "I did get a humanitarian award." Oh yeah, and TV. Oh, so
just don't Google me because I feel like TV cameras just they make you just look so much bigger. Anyways, so
I can't breathe.
so this year I am actually really struggling.
I'm so sorry.
Why are you laughing so hard? What is
I just
happening?
can't help myself because you said everything so nonchalant, like, just like such a you just laid it on us so gently that like, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal. Like I really just helped save someone's life. But the way you worded it and laid it out was just like, oh yes, good thing. But then when you look at the whole picture, it's like, oh my gosh, like you really just saved someone, but you just said it with such like ease and like it was like not a big thing. That's actually a big thing. And then after trying to downplay it, you just throw in, oh, and I got an award. Oh, and I was on TV. Like,
I don't know. I guess even after all of that, like, I still honestly don't really feel like it was something, like, incredible because in my mind, I was like, "Well, I feel like everybody would have done that." But
no,
the more people that I talk to, they're like, "No, they probably would have just hung up on the lady and never,
left
you
it as
know."
that. Yeah, no, like what you did is major. But I just love how like you just made it seem like it wasn't, but it actually was. I'm sorry. So this year you're struggling. I'm sorry. I just had to. Ooh, girl, I had to get that laugh out because I was like, she really over here acting like it was nothing. That's a big thing. Because I'm gonna tell you, if that was my mom or my whoever or my relative, and knowing that you did that, if you didn't do that, something else could have happened. Shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could go on for about hours because the
Right.
unfortunate reason why I was talking about her was I was talking to her about making arrangements for her mom who had just passed away.
Mm.
Um, and then it was actually really nice because she did end up sending me a photograph of her and her mom,
Aw.
after, she, like, recovered and all this kind of stuff, but,
Yeah.
anyways, I won't get
Sorry.
into
Back. Oops. I just pulled a Cassie. Go ahead.
shut up. But anyways, so this year I am struggling with the thought of do I want to take off my dad's birthday or do I not want to take off my dad's birthday? Because one, it's been some time now since he hasn't been here. And it gets a little like easier, I guess, with not being so focused on um I don't know, like the sad part or whatever, I guess, about like a like milestone day, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel as strongly as like not wanting to like be around people and like do things. So that's kind of like part of it. But then I'm also like, well, last year, like I was forced to kind of like not be able to take it off and it actually ended up being like a really good thing.
Yeah.
So, that's like a once in a lifetime situation that I was in, so I don't think something else is gonna happen, like, how weird would that be if it
Right.
did?
Right.
But I don't know, I'm just kind of like, do I want to? Do I not want to? Um, I still don't know, like, really what I'm gonna do because I still do feel a little weird about it, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I don't think I would be that upset, like, if I did go to work.
Right.
Um, so I don't know, but at the very least, what I'm going to do and what I do every year
Do do.
is you do?
Sorry.
Oh, man, I thought about that after I said it, and I was like, "Ah, shit." No pun intended.
I just missed that. I'm so sorry. I can't stop laughing this episode. I am so sorry.
Sorry, y'all. These are normally, like, the after 2 a.m. giggle talks. Anyways,
Right.
so where was I? Oh, so what I'm gonna do and what I normally do every year is in honor of my dad, I always get a Boston cream donut because those were, like, his absolute favorite things. And so I always kind of do that even though y'all know I don't like chocolate, but I do still eat
Mm-hmm.
them. So,
You love your daddy.
yeah. So that's
Hmm.
definitely gonna be a thing. So anybody listening, please go out there and get yourselves um, a Boston cream donut because, yeah, you just should, and they're
Right.
really good. So,
And also, if you don't eat, everyone may not eat them. If you don't eat them, do like the Dunkin' thing and order one for the person behind you so they can at least have it.
oh, that's cool. That'd be a good idea too.
Right. Or bring it into your job and let someone else eat it. Either or.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, wherever you're going, right?
Yeah, that's a good
Someone
idea.
standing on the corner, they wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, especially in New York. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should give all the homeless people.
You should
Anyways.
get a dozen. Sorry.
All right, so there goes that tangent. So
Yeah.
that's a definite. So I don't know. I don't
What
really know.
about Like, would you ever, I mean, I know you do the donuts, but like, even if you did work that day and I know now you have some time after work. I mean, it's not really the same because your commute is different, but like you have time to do stuff after work. Like, what if there's something that you do after work that you can devote to your dad or, like go do like mini golf or something or
Yeah,
I don't really picture you bowling. Do you bowl?
I do bowl, just
Oh,
not as
okay.
frequent.
Right.
Just because I don't know, it's just like different now that like he's not here. I
Mm-hmm.
used to do it like all the time, but now I just sometimes like I feel weird about it.
Right.
Um, but I do on occasion.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
I mean, I know you don't do stuff like that by yourself, but maybe there's something you can at least do or, you know, just have a little something of remembrance if you do end up going to work that day. And if you don't go to work that day, then you have even more time to do something.
yeah, no, that's true. That's actually not a bad idea either, though. Because like I said, normally I just do like the whole donut thing,
Hmm.
which is also kind of like um, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but because he struggled with eating, so just kind of like I'm honoring him with like food. But
Yeah. It's like, mm, not like contradictive, but in a sense.
yeah, but
Yeah.
also like not because he would always be like eat. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get it. I get it.
But yeah, I mean, so for anybody else that's kind of like struggling with special like dates or like events that are coming up that like remind you of the people that you love and lost, just I'm tripping up here.
It's
I
okay. You
just
good?
suggest doing something to honor them. Like I've suggested how I do the donuts, or like Amanda just said, like maybe I can go bowling or something in his honor. Those
Hmm.
things definitely can be hard at first, especially in those first like couple of years right after.
For sure.
Um, but once it starts to kind of, have more time in between, it does get a little easier to kind of
Hmm.
like think about, those things that you can do. So, I don't know, maybe it will evolve over the years as it does get a little easier. I don't know. But that's kind of like where my head is right now. And right now, like I feel okay about it. My dad's definitely been on my mind a lot lately.
Mm.
But I haven't really been sad about it, but it's also one of those things that just kind of like hits you in waves. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see where where February 2nd takes me, and I'll report back.
I'm interested. How old's your dad gonna be? Or how old would your dad be? I'm sorry.
Oh God, that is a great question, and you're gonna make me have to do math on the spot here. Well, now you're gonna make me feel like a horrible daughter because I
You
feel
don't
like I
have
should
to.
know this. Oh
What year is
gosh,
he born?
where is my thing here?
Year.
Hmm, hold on, please.
She's like, I'm gonna do the math. Please
Um,
hold. Please leave your message
so
after the tone. Beep.
Oh, good lord. So he would be 68.
66.
68. Oh god, you can't hear me? Huh? You can't hear me? You can't hear me? I don't know what's happening, y'all.
Technical difficulty.
Oh gosh. Okay, well you're back now.
I'm back.
uh so sorry about that, guys. But what I was saying is that my dad would be 68 if you heard
Okay.
that. Um
68.
yeah.
My boyfriend's dad has the same birthday as your dad,
Yeah,
but
February 2nd.
yeah, 3 years younger though. That's why I was asking what year he was born because I'm like, I wonder if they would have been born the same day, same. Been kind of creepy.
Oh. So 58 then for you, for that person.
Six.
No, the year.
Oh, I don't know. It's
Oh.
not my dad.
So why would me telling you the year help with that?
Because I would have just did the math and figure out.
I'm like, "What are you talking about right now?" No, so my dad was born in 1955.
I'm like,
And
I don't know.
and yeah, because he was 62, when he left us, and it's oh god, in this summer it will be 6 years.
So weird.
Yeah,
So freaking weird.
it's very weird to, like, calculate that in my head and, like, say that out loud. That's like, 5 years, I don't know, but, like, saying 6 years, that just feels like a whole lot different, but
Right. It's like you like jumped a whole gap.
yeah, yeah. But that's another conversation for another day, right? We're
Yeah.
just
We'll
focusing on birthdays right
we'll save it
now,
for
so
another day. Yeah. Ooh, child. Well, thank you very much for sharing your perspective on what to do with your dad's birthday coming up. I know it's hard to kind of let it go and not do anything, but at the same time, it's hard holding on as well, and
mhm.
trying to make a big to do out of it. So I'm sure whatever you decide it's going to be fine. You're never going to forget his birthday anyways, and it's never going to go away of not being his birthday. So,
Right.
um, but I think if you have the opportunity to just do whatever you feel when you wake up that day, then go with that and just run with it. But,
Mhm.
just having that perspective is helpful for others to hear and to just recognize that, you can keep holding on if you want, or you can switch it up and do something different, but it's not going to change who that person was to you. It's not going to change what that day means to you. But sometimes for ourselves, it is easier to just kind of change what we were doing and do something different and allow us to just process and grieve in a new way, or to maybe not necessarily have to grieve about it anymore. So
Yeah.
I think that
No,
was
yeah.
good to have.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I feel like you just hit the nail on the head with that one. Like, I do think that this year I might be doing it a little differently, so, um, it'll be interesting, and I'll definitely let you guys know and keep you updated, but the fact I think for me, just because it's been, so long, it's
Hmm.
a little easier for me to process, but like I said before, if it just happened, it's definitely gonna be a little different, so,
Right. Right. Well, thank you for sharing your heart like we usually do.
of course, trying to be a little more open here. Mm.
Well, it's appreciated. But now we're gonna need you to wrap this on up so we don't have to keep my giggling going on in this episode over crazy stuff. I must be tired.
Oh gosh, yeah, I guess so. But that is all that I had for you lovely listeners today, and I don't think Amanda has anything else to add. So we will just talk to you guys in the next episode.